couple announcements for you. I'm Nate. I'm normally behind the camera producing this content, but I'm in front of it today. The first announcement is we are looking here in the new year. One of our goals and resolutions is to do a better job of building a team. We're looking for a social media type expert or manager or person to help us juggle some of our social media material. If you've ever tried to message us on Instagram or Facebook, then you know that those don't really get seen. And so if you are a professional in this area or if you know someone, please let us know. You can email me at nate@essentialcraftsman.com. Next item and part of this video that I want to talk about is concrete. Now, we've put out a lot of videos about concrete, and they're some of my favorite to film. They're some of my favorite to produce. It's something about the trade. It's just so cool. This technology's been around for not forever, but for a long time. It's made steady improvements over the centuries, and it's just kind of neat to see, professionals today laying down concrete. Although the technology has changed, it also just takes a skilled hand and labor to get it down. So I really like it. In fact, one of our first videos that did well was called Concrete Finishing Done Right.
That's how a wet street works.
And if you haven't watched that, I really recommend you do. Number one, it'll show you some Essential Craftsman from a few years ago. I still think that was maybe the best concrete video we ever did because it was kind of raw. My dad filmed the whole thing. He did a great job. I just kind of stitched it together. And we've put out a lot of other ones since then that are also great. I think my favorite one it was called something like the Secret to Concrete or something like that. And it was about timing, how one of the things that a professional can really bring besides all the tools is just the experience of knowing when to finish in which way and when the concrete is at the right moment to go to the next step. And that has been something over the years as I've watched a lot of this concrete go down that has stood out to me, is how Dustin or my dad, but these guys who've been in it for a while, they just kind of are keeping track of the minutes and seconds, and it's pretty neat. You've probably noticed by now, but there's really a great community on YouTube of concrete channels. And these are contractors who are filming and sharing their expertise. And I love all of their content. And I'm talking about Odell Complete Concrete, Mike Day, Victory Building, those guys. Of course, West Coast Custom Concrete, and even some smaller channels who are getting started. Like I had an interview on the podcast with Bobby from Grub Mud, and I just love all of it. Concrete, and I've known a handful of guys in my life who are wildly successful. I mean, I'm talking like owning airplanes and helicopters and cabins, and 4 that I can think of, and 5, I guess, if you include my dad, which we should, who cut their teeth in concrete as younger men. And I don't know if that's coincidence or not, but I know a lot of guys will get in concrete and they really learn a lot of great lessons, and I can see why. So point is, I'm a fan of concrete. We're going to do more concrete videos, and next week I'm going to be at World of Concrete in Las Vegas. My dad's not going to make it this time, but I will be there. My goal is to meet and kind of get to know, network with people in the industry, and hopefully kind of book some interviews for our podcast with experts in some of the more technical areas, in these batch plants and the engineering and all the things that are way deeper than, my kind of surface understanding. And so I'm not great at networking, but in a place like World of Concrete, it should be easy because there's enough exhibits and just energy that should be a good time. If you're there, I hope I'll bump into you. I think I'm going to wear this exact shirt. So you can look for the guy in the blue Essential Craftsman shirt. I'll wear it both days. Maybe I'll bring 2, or maybe I'll wash it in between. But you can look for me with that. My wife and my baby will be there. Also, I'd love to meet and say hi. And check out those concrete videos of ours that I mentioned. And I'll link to those channels. And I know there's probably a bunch of other ones that I didn't mention, and I probably just haven't got to them yet. But great collection of people making videos about concrete. And hey, if you're a concrete guy, consider putting some videos up. These guys will show you how it's done. it doesn't have to be fancy, and you can really help a lot of people out by showing them this world. All right, hope to see you next week. Thanks for watching. And if you happen to have an idea of someone who could help us with social media, maybe some video production, let us know. Thank you.